Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Blast with Boss Life Online, and that is me. I want to welcome everybody into the live stream. My moderators will take care of everybody that comes in. But I will say hello to Marlene Motivate. How are you doing today, Marlene? I am so glad that you are here. Now, this is a very important topic that I am going to cover today. It happens in a lot of families as well as my own. Okay. And it is sibling jealousy. And it is on the Monday Blast. I think, hey, Be Amazing. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. So let's get into this because I only have 30 minutes to get this topic done. Okay. So, what is sibling jealousy? It's simple. It's often a symptom of old family roles, which we will be discussing in this talk. This could and sometimes will affect your mindset and the boss life you want to live. Now, in this topic, y'all, I figured out a lot of things why this particular sibling in my family is so jealous. Okay. But I just want to just move on with all the facts. We often talk about the intensity of a first love, the weight of a marriage, or the profound bond between a parent and a child. Okay. But there is a relationship that usually outlasts all of them. It is the sibling bond. It is my brothers, my sisters, your brothers, your sisters. Okay. Our siblings are the only people on the planet who have known us from the very beginning. Think about it. Okay. They are our first playmates. Our first rivals, you know that's true, and our only fellow witnesses to the Pacific weather of our childhood home. But because this relationship is so foundational, it may also be uniquely full of problems. Okay. Marlene said siblings should be loving, but that's not always the case. No, it is not. We tend to think of sibling jealous as a childhood phase. It involves something like stolen toys or who got the bigger piece of cake. We assume that we grow up and move on and start our own lives. But that green-eyed monster would simply pack his bags and leave. So jealousy in this particular case with siblings is like a green-eyed monster. And we hope as we grow up and become adults that we will leave this behind and go out and live our own lives. But for many of us, it doesn't happen that way. It's just getting more expensive. Instead of crying over a toy, we feel strange, hollow when we hear about a brother's promotion. Instead of pouting over a dessert, we feel a sharp personal critique when we walk into our sister's new beautiful home. We asked ourselves, why am I not happy for them? What is wrong with me? You know, I have personally not ever felt that way about my brothers or sisters, but when my sister got her Benz, I was like, child, I want me one of them. And I felt a little jealousy, but because I love my sister, I was like, I'm going to do the same thing she did, work and get one. Okay. But that's because I don't live in the past. I'm not looking to fulfill the role that I had in my childhood. So today we are going to talk about the hidden comparison. We're going to look at why sibling success can feel like our own personal failure. And we are going to explore a central truth. Jealousy isn't a sign of a bad family. It is a symptom of unfinished business. And I had never thought about it this way. But why does it hurt? Why does a sibling joy sometimes feel like our own life is diminishing? In any context, we can be objective. If a coworker buys a house, we say good for them and we happy for them. If a friend get a raise, we celebrate. But with a sibling, there is a ghost mirror that stands between us. When you look at your sibling, you aren't just seeing another person. You are seeing a version of yourself that grew up in the same house with the same parents and the same history. This is the problem of the parallel life. Because you started at the same starting line, their progress becomes a yardstick for yours. If they are ahead, our lizard brain and our subconscious whispers, if they can do it, and I didn't, then I must be lacking, or I'm not good enough. Something wrong with me. Okay? We view their success as a critique. We interpret their achievement as a silent statement that says, I utilize our family legacy better than you did. This is where the hidden comparison lies. Okay? So, some siblings, they want exactly what they supposed to have or better than you. If not, they get mad at you and say crazy stuff. And one person might just say to themselves or silent. The person that's jealous always has this in their head: I utilize our family legacy better than you did. This is where the hidden comparison lies, because the person that wasn't supposed to get all of this got this. It was supposed to be them, the jealous one. But it don't happen. It didn't happen like that. Marlene said, some do nothing, and when you succeed, they are jealous. True. It's not about the house or the money. It's about the underlying fear that there is a limited amount of success or worth available in the family circle. Siblings fall into this trap. They believe that if my sister is the successful one, then my seat at the table must be labeled the failure. Mm-mm-mm-mm. When I was reading this, I was like, oh my God, this sounds so familiar. I'm like, I truly, truly understand this sibling jealousy in the family. This brings us to our theses. Jealousy is a symptom of unfinished business. Hey, did y'all hear that? Let me just say that one more time. Jealousy is a symptom of unfinished business with adult siblings. What do I mean by unfinished business? I mean the roles we were assigned as children, we have not resigned or let them go as adults. We are still trying to fit into our role as kids, as adults. And that's why you're jealous. Oh my God. In almost every family, children are cast into roles, okay, to help the family system function. Hey, First Lady, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Yes, it's a wasted emotion, Sylvia. Now listen at these roles that the children are cast into. You have the responsible one. Come on now, y'all know in your family somebody is the responsible one. There's the creative one, there's the problem child, and then there's the golden child. Okay? As long as we are children, these roles are survival strategies. But as adults, these roles become cages or jail cells. Oh my God. And so, I look at some people today and they are still living these childhood roles. Okay? If you were the smart one and your younger brother, who was the athlete, suddenly writes a best-selling book, it triggers a jealousy crisis. He has invaded your territory. So the athlete invaded the smart one's territory. So that brings up a lot of jealousy. You feel jealousy not because you hate his success, but because your identity was built on being the only one allowed to be smart in the family. Lord, and you carry that all the way up into adulthood. Come on now, okay? All right, the jealousy is actually a signal. It is a signal that you are still seeking a specific kind of validation from a family system that may no longer even exist. You are still competing for your parents' attention. And I just had to pause because that's what's happening in the family, in my family. I don't know about y'all, but my parents are dead and gone. Okay? And this particular sibling is still competing for their attention, but don't know it. They need help. They need to go to therapy, to go up to a psych ward somewhere. And that's just how I feel about the particular sibling in my family. Now, I ain't talking about none of y'all, okay? I did this topic for myself so that I can understand why, okay? When we understand that our jealousy is actually about old roles and assigned identity, the shame begins to melt away. You aren't a bad person for feeling envious. You are a person who is still trying to figure out who they are outside of their birth role. So how do we finish the unfinished business? How do we get rid of it? How do we walk through it? I want to thank everybody in the chat for the gifts. I truly appreciate them. But how do we get past this? Okay, first we have to name the ghost. Okay, next time you feel that sting of jealousy toward a sibling, don't suppress it. Ask it a question. What old role am I afraid of losing right now? Second, we must practice individual differences. We have to remind ourselves that our lives are not parallel. They are unique. Your sibling's ceiling is not your floor. Their success is not a comment on your worth. It is simply a chapter in their story, not yours. You make your own story as an adult. You have to let go of that old sibling roles because that was just to survive in your family when you were children. Okay? So, finally, we have to change the narrative. We move from being competitors to being witnesses. To be a witness is to say, I see your path and I respect it, but it is not my path. That's how you win. When you recognize, oh, I'm living the role when I was a kid, but I'm going to let go of that. You know, and you can go to your sibling and you can say, I see your path and I respect it. But your path is not my path. The sibling bond is the longest running story of your life. Don't spend the whole book trying to be the lead character at their expense. When we heal the unfinished business of our childhood, we find that the circle is actually big enough for everyone to shine. So jealousy is just a shadow, and a shadow only exists because there is a light nearby. Let's turn toward the light of our own individual lives and let the comparison rest. I hope this information about sibling jealousy has helped someone in the chat or on the replay. It certainly explains why certain people in my family act this way. If you will, hit that super chat button, or if you are on your phone, hit that gift box and send some gifts for this channel to support Boss Life Online. This has been another Monday Blast Talk with the Boss Life Online. And we're going to be going over to Be Amazing Serious after I am done with this live. Now, next Monday, I'm not sure if we're doing a live or whatever, but I decided to name this the Monday Blast. So that's what this series is going to be called on Mondays. But guys, anyway, I just want to just talk about what I just read to you guys about sibling jealousy. Sibling jealousy in my family has gotten to the point to where it's hurtful. It has divided the family. It's just, it can never be the same. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? Am like, I don't know what to do. But after reading this, I do understand where this person is coming from. But it still don't make it right. It still don't take away the hurt, because hurt people hurt people. Okay. Thank you, Sylvia. She said that's a cool name, Gio. Yeah, I know I have that much left, but I wanted to get through it so that I could just talk about it. But I'm glad, and I always say this on anybody's live that I go to, that I'm a guest or whatever, that I'm glad that God broke me down, at work in front of all them people, okay, and sent me to therapy so that I could figure out who I was and let go of my assigned role as a child. Lord have mercy. This is what I'm talking about. If you don't know, if you don't go back and heal the unfinished business in your childhood, you're going to lead with that inner child. And that is the child back in the day that probably was the most creative, like it said, or the most responsible, the problem child. And I hear in some family, he's always been a problem child. That's because he has not healed the unfinished business that hurt him so bad in his childhood. And as soon as people go back and they look to see what it is that has hurt them, cry about it, pray about it, talk to God about it, and then let go of it, their lives will be better. And they will not be jealous of anyone. I am not jealous of nobody. Okay? I'm competitive. You better believe that. But I am not jealous because I know I can do the same thing. If I want a Mercedes-Benz, I know what I need to do. But I don't want to pay that car note. So that is not my path. Okay, today I understand that. Okay, if I wanted to be a social butterfly like my sister Marie, then I could do that. But that is not my path. But I applaud her and I love her and I want her to be the best social butterfly that she could be. And she is a very good host. She is, and people just love her. Okay, and everything. But we got this one other sibling that want to act the fool. Okay, but now that I understand, and if she ever could get in contact with me, it's on. Because I'm going to tell her, you just playing out the role that mama and daddy assigned to you when you was little. You don't have to compete with us. You can't compete with us because you have your own path and we have ours. If you get something good in your life, I'm going to be happy for you. I'm not going to tear you down, try to send you to jail and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be happy for you because I have healed unfinished business. You need to go see a therapist because you know what the problem is. We all know what the problem is, and we had to heal from it in order to move on. You the only fool up in here, okay? Acting out. And I'm just putting it out there like it really is because somebody needs to say something about it. And hopefully, what I'm saying to you guys will help somebody else that's maybe going through this and don't know why. And I know what it is because I can look at the whole thing and see, oh my God, she done the same thing when we was growing up. It's just a shame that people don't understand about trauma and how it affects your life, that it will come out sideways. Now, you ain't even trying to make it come out, but it come out sideways anyway. Then you wonder why the family don't want to have nothing to do with you. You wonder why you ain't got no friends. Nobody want to come to your birthday parties. You can't get a big crowd like the other sister. People don't love you like they love her. You know what I'm saying? So you want to act out. All I'm going to say is I'm going to let go and let God. This is a job for God. Okay? So you take her, God, because if I take her, it's going to be something different. Okay? And I definitely don't want to go back and sit in no chair for another 5 years behind a fool. That's how I really feel, y'all. And that's why I did this subject, because I need to just put it out here because it's ridiculous. Yeah, if you have a trauma when you were growing up and you just put it to the side, trust me, I bet you wondering why you can't be like you really want to be. Why you keep doing drugs? Why you keep doing alcohol? Why you keep being mean to people? Why you don't have no friends? You got to go back to that unfinished business and heal that. Even if you just have to write about it in your journal, cry over it, burn it up and say, I let go and I let God. Whatever God you serve, because it will come back to haunt you. And that is why I did this subject, because I see this sibling rivalry and all of this here crazy stuff going on. And I'm like, it is not worth it, people. Don't hurt your family. We the only family you got. When the chips are down, who you think gonna come to your rescue? The family. When you can't pay your rent, who gonna come to your rescue? The family. Jeez. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening to me today. And this subject has been on my mind to do. But I was like, I ain't put my business out like that. But you know what? It's so many people that is going through this, that this will help them. You just have to push back and let them go. That's all you can do. And I don't think in our family, it's going to take a long time to heal, but I don't think it would never be the same, because I always have my eye, like side eye. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what this person might do. When they get mad and stuff, all because you won't face the trauma in your life because you don't want to heal. You want to take it out on somebody so you can feel better. What kind of mess is that? All right, guys, this has been the Monday Blast. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Next up is Be Amazing Sylvia. She is in the chat. All you have to do is just put her name, because this is a vertical live, or we cannot put links in here. I don't know. They may have changed it. Who knows? But all you have to do is put Be Amazing Sylvia in the search in YouTube, and it will take you right to her channel. And that is where we are going next. I think I got about 3 more minutes. I just want to say it's getting ready to be 2026. And that's another reason I'm glad I did this live, because I don't want to take this into 2026. Okay. I have left this talk with God. I have left this sibling with God today. I'm done. Okay. If this sibling wants to apologize or what have you, she's going to have to do some tall apologizing. But I will accept it, because I have finished. I have healed unfinished business in my childhood. I have healed the little girl that got hurt. And because I am a precious child of God, you see, I don't want to go back. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going back. I like my life today, and I'm happy, and I just want to just leave me alone, because I'm not going back. Okay, you gonna get blocked if you mess with Geo. That's just it. Okay, so with that said, I want to thank everybody once again for being here. We're going over to Be Amazing Sylvia, and then after Be Amazing Sylvia, it will be Marlene Motivates. And we all have such great things to share with you guys. So with that said, I think I got about 2 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and play the Monday Blast ending song, okay, outro song, really. I'm a little bit emotional here, but hey, y'all understand, okay? With that said, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you, Marlene, and Be Amazing, and First Lady for being here. I will see you at Be Amazing Sylvia's.